What's up, everybody on YouTube? AJ was about to discuss another video, and today we're going to be talking about the situation between the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson. So with this NFL offseason bringing in a lot of different storylines, different potential trade and free agency signings, there's one signing that has stood out among most since last season. Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens coming into agreement with a new contract, essentially. And we all know that Lamar Jackson saw that Deshaun Watson contract. He wanted basically numbers like that. It's about guaranteed money. That's been reported from the situation. We saw people like Kyler Murray get $189 million last season. I think that Lamar Jackson is obviously better than Kyler Murray, in my opinion. No disrespect to him. 2019 NFL MVP, and of course, Kyler Murray got hurt. And we can talk about Lamar Jackson getting injured, the past couple of seasons at the end of the season. And I think that a lot of people thought that at the end of this year that he could have came back for that playoff game. I mean, that's to be known. Honestly, Lamar Jackson is the only one knows that how he truly felt, because he was injured and missed the last 4 games, I believe it was. And then of course the playoff game against the Cincinnati Bengals, and Tyler Huntley started. But my thing is, what is your contingency as a Baltimore Ravens? Now I understand you don't want to pay him all that money, and that's why they placed a non-exclusive tag on him to see what the market is going to pay for him. And right now there has been numerous teams saying that they're not interested. Before specifically talking about the teams that aren't interested in Lamar Jackson, I want to elaborate on basically what the non-exclusive franchise tag is. It's essentially like a restricted free agent in the NBA. So essentially that team has rights to the player, but the player can seek out a contract from other teams, and other teams can offer that player a contract, but the team that has rights to him, they can either match the contract or just let him go. So that's the thing with that. And that's basically what the Ravens are in. So they can decide. So say if another team, like let's just hypothetically say like the Jets, even though that they're interested in getting Aaron Rodgers right now, say if they just offered Lamar Jackson, 5 years, $230 million. I'm just saying a number right now. The Ravens can decide to match that, or they can decide to let him walk. So I don't think that any team right now, and that's the thing about this situation right now. That's why I'm asking, is Lamar Jackson getting disrespected? Because they basically just put Lamar Jackson on the trail by himself. What I mean by that basically is, now Lamar Jackson, he doesn't have an agent, so he doesn't have anyone consulting for him. It's pretty much him and his camp. So it's basically just him trying to get his money in his bag by himself, and no one's in his ear talking about, well, let's get this type of money or that type of money, because he doesn't have an agent or someone around him like that. He's just trying to get it for himself. So it's like basically the Ravens are trying to be like, here, I'm telling you that what you're asking right now is too much, and no one else is going to pay you like how you want to be paid. So that's why we're being reasonable. I think that's what the Ravens' perspective is. But I mean, as Lamar Jackson, I mean, I don't blame him, essentially. I mean, of course, he hasn't been the most healthy. Like I said, he hasn't finished the past couple of seasons, but when he plays, the Ravens barely lose. I believe he has a 45-16 record as a starter in his 4 seasons. And of course, like I said before, 2019 NFL MVP. Now he is 1-3 in the playoffs, but you can make the argument that he needs another playmaker in terms of, like a star receiver. He's always had a solid running game around him. Of course, he's amazing running the ball, and his passing continues to get better year by year. So, I mean, I see the case for Lamar Jackson. In terms of the Ravens, I mean, you don't want to fracture the relationship, because once your relationship is messed up, I mean, that's really the end of it. I mean, there's just going to be total awkwardness. It's going to be just a toxic culture. And Lamar Jackson isn't that type of guy. Obviously humble, keeps God first and things like that. But I just don't think that they should walk into this territory lightly. It's hard to find a franchise quarterback in the league and an MVP in the league as well, because he won an MVP in his 2nd season. And Tyler Huntley, you have him as a backup. I mean, he's a really good backup, probably one of the best backups in the league. But at the end of the day, he's nothing like Lamar Jackson. He's not a copy and paste. Like, he's, no offense to him, no disrespect, this is going to sound wrong regardless, but he's a great value version of Lamar Jackson. I mean, let's just keep it real. So you don't want to lose Lamar. I mean, that's period just what it is, because it's not easy to find a quarterback unless you want to get a lot of mid or just keep Tyler Huntley, because you're going to get a bridge quarterback in any other situation. I mean, you're not in the position to draft one of these quarterbacks like Bryce Young or CJ Stroud or Will Levis or Anthony Richardson. So, I mean, where are you at? You don't want to lose Lamar Jackson. Earlier today, I was watching Get Up on ESPN, and former NFL player Bart Scott, really, he had some informational knowledge that I kind of thought would be interesting, because they could just continue to franchise tag him for the next 2 years. It kind of be like Kirk Cousins, just continue to get franchise tag, getting more money, and then when he's like 27, 28 in the next 2 years, be able to be an unrestricted free agent and go get his bag from somewhere else if the Ravens still don't want to follow suit.
Now, I know it's risky. He can play on the franchise tag, but then that hurts the Ravens, because that's a hard cap number. And then if they do it again like Kirk Cousins, like in 3 years, Lamar Jackson can make $90 million guaranteed. He made 23 already. Right. If they franchise him this year and he plays on it, that's 32. And if they do it again, that's probably going to be 37 or 40. That's $90 million. Then they have no choice. Then he hits the open market.
That would be an interesting scenario, but in the past couple of years, there have been rumors about Lamar Jackson going to the Dolphins, of course, him being from that area, but also Tua Tagovailoa. I mean, we know he dealt with the concussions last year, but when he was playing and when he was healthy, the Dolphins were really good. So you can't really put that on him. I mean, it's tough. I mean, because concussions are a slippery slope, like I said. I mean, that's not just for when you're playing football, but afterwards. I mean, affecting your mental and things like that. So that's number one for Tua. But I mean, I wouldn't blame them if, say if Tua's a little injury prone this upcoming year, or just something like that, or he doesn't play as good. But I mean, like I said, Tua's really good, so he's improved. But if they have questions around Tua after 2023, I wouldn't be surprised if the Dolphins made a run for Lamar Jackson. And that goes for other teams too. And my bad, earlier I mentioned about the teams that aren't interested in Lamar Jackson, according to ESPN Field Yates. And let me list those teams out right now. So right now, the teams that reportedly aren't interested in Lamar Jackson are the Atlanta Falcons, the Miami Dolphins, the Carolina Panthers, the Commanders, and the Las Vegas Raiders. I know. I did just say something about Lamar Jackson potentially being pursued by the Miami Dolphins if Tua has a shaky 2023, and that's in that scenario. Like I said, hopefully that doesn't happen and Tua has a great season, but I mean, like I said, you never know. But talking about these other teams, though, I really don't understand it. The Atlanta Falcons not pursuing him. I mean, the Falcons, they were in the market for Deshaun Watson. They were close to getting a deal done to getting him last year, but okay, whatever. I mean, they can just be who they are. I think Desmond Ridder is their quarterback right now, so I mean, that's fine. They released Marcus Mariota, so I mean, that's cool for them. Carolina Panthers, they have the 9th pick in this year's draft, and they could probably try to trade up the draft, Bryce Young or CJ Stroud or Will Levis. So I can see the argument behind that. I think a lot of these teams aren't interested because they don't want to reset the market. Like I said, that would be proving the Baltimore Ravens' point. The Commanders not being interested in him is really appalling to me because they just hired Eric Bieniemy as offensive coordinator. I feel like that would have been a really good fit. There's rumors about him going to Baltimore before, obviously, signing with Washington to become their offensive coordinator. So, hey, Washington, I don't even know what they're doing. I mean, who knows? And then the last reported team not to be interested in Lamar Jackson is the Las Vegas Raiders. Right now they have Jarrett Stidham. I'm pretty sure they're going to draft a quarterback in the draft, so I could see that. So that'll make sense. Like I said, I guess these teams don't want to reset the market, potentially offering Lamar Jackson a contract. Honestly, really, that's the only argument to not be interested in Lamar Jackson not wanting to reset the market. That's understandable, but man, it's hard to find a quarterback like him. Lamar could really make the argument that the only quarterback that should be paid above him is Patrick Mahomes because, I mean, you look at his production, I mean, it's up there. I mean, obviously. Now, Josh Allen, I mean, of course, he got that big contract, so that's understandable. But, I mean, he can make the argument that he should be getting paid more than him because, I mean, what has really Josh Allen done in the playoffs? Now, we know that he's reached the AFC Championship game, so that's really good. Joe Burrow, he's reached a Super Bowl, so, okay. I mean, that's really a pecking order type of thing, but I feel like Lamar Jackson, I mean, if I'm him, shoot, I feel like Patrick Mahomes should be the only quarterback paid above me. To answer the question of this video, though, is Lamar getting disrespected? I think so to an extent. When you have a franchise quarterback who won an NFL MVP in his second season, who continues to play great, who continues to be the #1 reason why you're relevant, I feel like you should pay him. Now, I know that it's a whole pecking order type of thing. We're going to see who bites first in terms of getting the money, offering the money, or if Lamar just folds and says that, okay, I'll take this contract. But I feel like, I mean, man, when you have a quarterback like that, when you have a guy, when you have someone who is creative, who can make off-schedule plays, I mean, there's no making up for that. And there's been reports, obviously, about the Ravens not wanting to lose Lamar Jackson because, I mean, what option is there? Like I said, Tyler Huntley or one of these mid quarterbacks is not going to make up the slack for that. So you want to make things right with him. I feel like at some point they will get a contract discussed together, but, I mean, it is taking a while. And it really is very similar with the Dallas Cowboys and Dak Prescott from 2021. But like I said, that ended up happening as well. So I think that it's inevitable that this will end up being solved too. Y'all let me know in the comments down below what you think of this whole situation. Is Lamar Jackson getting disrespected? Would you pay him the money that he wants, the guaranteed money, or would you make him wait, basically? Let me know what y'all think. Would y'all have placed a non-exclusive tag on him or the exclusive tag? I appreciate y'all guys' support always. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at SwaggyRuss, and also on TikTok at SwaggyRuss02 for cooking content, shorts, and videos like that. Hey, spring break is here, guys. More content coming for sure. Had a lot of midterm school work to get through, but hey, we off of that now. Right now, I'm getting to chill, post more videos and more content, so stay tuned, man. I appreciate y'all always. Be blessed. Love. This year is going to be great for all of us. Let's do it.